What is up, everybody? Riley here from Hodson Motors, here with our newest giveaway truck. This is our 1989 Jeep Crewmanche Crew Cab. We call it the Crewmanche. This truck is so cool, very custom, very one-off, very unique. And we're giving it away to one of you guys just by shopping on our website, hodsonmotors.com. If you're stumbling across this video and this is the first time you've seen us here at Hodson Motors, we buy and build and restore and give away awesome trucks just like this one here. This truck is our Black Friday to Cyber Monday giveaway for 2024. So Black Friday to Cyber Monday is only 4 days. If you're watching this after this giveaway is over, and I'm sorry, but check us out anyway, because we're probably giving away something just as cool in the future, because we're always giving away trucks just like this one here. But this giveaway is for, and this video is for this 1989 Jeep Crewmanche Crew Cab. Let's go ahead and give it the whole walk around, show you all the good, all the ins and the outs, and show you all that we've done and all that you're going to get by winning this bad boy. 89 Jeep Crewmanche, very cool, very unique truck in its stock form, but then somebody at some point in time took an XJ. So the XJ was the 4-door and 2-door Jeep Cherokees. Somebody took a 4-door Jeep Cherokee XJ and combined it with a Jeep Crewmanche to make a crew cab Comanche. They did a phenomenal job. We did not make this cab, but they did an excellent job on welding the cab together, on doing the frame to unibody conversion on this. So all XJ Jeeps, 2 doors, 4 doors, and Comanches are all unibody, but the Comanches have a frame section under the bed. And whoever did the crew cab Comanche portion on this, however so many years ago, did an excellent job on making that conversion seamless. It looks great, it looks killer, and it's really nice. I have to say that. First, after they did that, they went out and painted it this red. When we got it, it was very faded, but we did our best to bring this red paint back to life, and it shined up really good. So Sterling spent a ton of time polishing the crap out of this, and it actually looks pretty good. This truck would have originally been white, or at least the 4-door XJ part of it would have been white. Finished in red, looks really cool. Very nice deep red, very shiny, very glossy now, so it's really sweet. As we make our way down, this truck's riding on 35-inch tires, so normally we roll 35-inch Milestars and everything, but these Maxxis mud terrains are real aggressive and they have the look that a Jeep should have, so we left the Maxxis on this for this giveaway. But we got stock fender flares over here covering up these 35-inch tires, so 35s, 15-inch steel wheels. So this is a 6-inch lift kit, did our own 4-link and 1-ton steering, and then we got the 6-inch panhard bar and all the things that you need to make these things steer and handle right, and it does great. It handles phenomenally on road and off, as you'll see later on in the video when we'll do some driving impressions. But up front here we've got our 89 grill. So maybe somebody out there is going to comment, man, you did all that work but you didn't swap the grill over to the facelift version. I would say, you know what, the facelift is better looking, but it's still an awesome, very handsome truck. Still has a great fascia on it. But yeah, you'll see that sometimes people will swap those front ends over, and I like that too. It all looks great, but I'm still happy with what we have here. But we've got a really sweet plate bumper up front with a winch. This got an old school winch in it, but old school 8,000-pound winch. But you know, if you have old stuff that works really good, production quality today tends to be kind of crap. So this winch works excellently and is in great shape, so we didn't go replacing it. We got some bumper mounted amber lights up front here alongside with our roof mounted KC highlights, which we'll talk about later. But we built this bull bar just to kind of give us some extra protection up front and hang those lights off of there. Again, if you dive down here, in the front here, we still have our Dana44 front axle, but this has Wilwood disc brake conversion on it, so it's a 4-piston brake kit on there. Stops really good and is a super great upgrade. Has already been re-geared down to 410s as well to match the rear axle. So in the rear of this truck is a Dana44 out of a Ford F-150, just the bolt pattern swapped back down to 5 on 4.5 to match the front axle. So all the wheels are the same bolt pattern. But again, a Dana44 in the back, Dana30 in the front, but already re-geared down to 410s, which makes a huge difference with these 35-inch tires. You got to have those 410s. But again, all new steering components, stabilizer, shocks. We're running Bilstein 5100 shocks, Old Man Emu 4-inch leaf springs with some 2-inch lift pucks in there as well. And just makes for an awesome ride and a very great handling off-roader for sure. So let's go ahead and walk ourselves down the side here and show you some more of what we've done to it. You'll notice we've got the sport truck decals down the side. So normally they would say sport truck on the bed, but we got these from phoenixgraphics.com, and they hooked us up to help us get kind of a longer set to make the Crewmanche work. They look really cool. They really set off the truck. And then down here we've got some custom built that we built here in-house, rectangular tube rock sliders. So these are 3x2 rock sliders, and we just wanted that low profile look out of a rock slider, and we really like how those turned out. Everything metal on this truck is powder coated, so the rock sliders, the bumpers, the rack, the roof rack, the bed rack, everything is all powder coated in a really nice texture coat, powder coat. It's not super gritty. It's really nice and smooth, but still got that texture. It's super durable. So let's make our way to the back. So one of the goofy things about this, and you might see some other Crewmanches online, and you'll see some different variations. You might see like some long bed Crewmanches. You might see short beds and stubby beds like this one. They're all a little bit different as everybody does them custom, but this is a stubby little bed. This is a 4.5 foot bed. It's still completely usable as a pickup bed. It's just not going to be a 6.5 foot bed where you're going to be able to go and get a lot of stuff in there. But for an off-road rig like what this is, I actually think this is perfect because you have very little rear overhang. Keeps the truck short, keeps it completely off-roadable, but you still get a truck bed, which is just so nice to be able to just toss stuff in the bed and not have to go open a lift gate and all that kind of stuff. I love having a pickup. So if you're looking for something that you're going to go a lot of off-roading in, but still be able to use and toss stuff in, I actually really like the stubby bed on this. It's kind of reminiscent of like the modern Gladiator beds. Their beds are pretty stubby as well. So it's cool. It still has great proportions. You know, if you see a true 5.5 foot or 6.5 foot short bed Comanche out there, I will say, I think they look better than the stubby bed, but I still really do love this. I think it looks rad. Up top here, we built our own custom-made in-house roof rack with our Casey Highlights bar. So this is a plate rack, and up on top is a Traverse Adventure rooftop tent. We'll pop that open here in a minute and show you all inside that. It's a really cool, very nice tent. But to hold that tent up, again, we have it slid all the way forward on the roof rack, but then we built one cross member for the bed. This cross member comes out really easy. So again, if you just want to go off-roading and you don't want the extra weight of the tent, you can take the tent off, take the cross members out, and just have a pickup truck. On the cross members, we mounted some fuel tanks, some 2-gallon fuel tanks, one on both sides, and there's still some extra space up here for if you wanted to mount a small shovel or some other things, you could, and make it even better. In the bed, we've got our CB radio antenna, and this just screws on right here, nice and easy, and then boom, you've got your CB antenna. Inside the truck, we have a CB radio. A lot of people always suggest that on the giveaways, like, throw in a CB radio, we love that kind of stuff. And I'm like, cool, why not? Around the back side here, we've got a new rear bumper from Dirtbound Off-Road. Really nice Comanche bumper that they offer from those guys. Super cool, really like this bumper. This is their Manta Ray bumper. And then we mounted some flush mounted lights, new tailgate emblem, and everything back here. But again, in the back, everything works great. So tailgate comes down, and then you got your stubby little bed. So works really cool and it's pretty awesome. In the back here, we've got that Dana44, and then you have stock Comanche leaf springs with some longer drop shackles. And then this is a spring over now. Normally these Comanches were a spring under, so now this is a spring over. So you're getting like 6 inches of lift in the rear as well, if not more, but you have no lift block. So it rides really good. So the back end of the truck rides really nice, and it's not gonna be super rough. And then the front's nice and soft with the 4-link. It's great. That's about it for the exterior. Some other little details. We've got a cool chase light up in the bed. That is both white and has an amber flashing function. And then I think that's pretty much it. Now, even though the truck's on 35s, and on a lot of our giveaway trucks, we do swing down running boards. The truck's on 35s, but I can get into it plenty easy. Just 1 foot up. It's not real difficult. So in here, we did a really good job of just cleaning everything up. This is the gray interior, and we pulled every piece of plastic out of this truck and repainted everything. Did a really nice job restoring everything. These are 90s Ford seats, so these are power seats. They do work. You can go forward, back, up, down. They're really nice and great. Here you got your CB radio in this custom mounted center console. We didn't build this. The previous owner had this built. And inside of this center console is a JL 8-inch subwoofer, but one of their crazy expensive 8-inch subwoofers that make tons of noise. Absolutely ridiculous. I got to show you. But they made this cool center console, and then we made this front console to match. And we've got some nice cup holders in there. They fit full-size cups and everything, so you have nice cup holders. But everything in here works, from the gauges to the air conditioning, heater, everything, the whole 9 works really nice. You got your glove box up here, and then you have your Apple CarPlay and this really cool new single-din radio that we found for this giveaway. But again, I'll show you. This sub is crazy. Out of a little 8-inch subwoofer, it is absolutely insane how much noise it makes. But again, all the plastics in here, we did our best to just clean everything up, tidy everything up. Everything's working, and it is great. Great seating position in here. The back seat, we'll show you here in a second. We'll hop back there as well. The back seat's pretty tight. Again, I don't think you're going to be fitting adults very comfortably back there for long distance. But if you were on the trail and somebody was broke down and they needed a ride out, absolutely they could hop in the back. But if you got kids, teenagers, they can fit back there just fine. And this would be a really fun family off-roader for sure. Also in here, we did our own custom headliner in here, and then we did some LED dome lights. We've got this S-Pod touchscreen controller that controls everything, so this is really cool. So we can control all those rear lights, our roof lights, our bumper lights. It's got a strobe function on here, so you can make your lights strobe, and then you can even dim the lights. So if you don't want to like be blinding people and you just want your roof light on, you can even dim it from here. Really cool, really nice thing, and it's all controlled through a nice computer under the hood. Nice and comfortable in here, nice original steering wheel, and even though this console doesn't open, it's at a really nice height there. And then mounted in there again is that CB radio, and then you have your your radio up here. Let me show you the back seat. All right, so I'm about 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, and I would be pretty crammed in here, I'm not gonna lie, but if you had, again, teenagers, young children, they would fit in here just fine, and it would be fun to go out and go cruising around and go do some trails with your whole family in this. Pretty cool. But again, not something like a Suburban or anything crazy where you're fitting 7 adults in here, no problem. So tight, but it still works. It's still a crew cab. So let's go check out what's under the hood. All right. Okay, under the hood here we have Jeep's famous 4.0 inline 6 engine. This is one of those beloved engines that just runs forever, but it kind of is really quirky and is plagued by problems like things like overheating and that kind of stuff. But this thing does not overheat. We've got all the air bubbles out of it, and it runs and drives so good. So from the previous owner, they claim that this engine was rebuilt. I believe them because it really does idle so smooth and runs and drives really, really, really nice. Transmission runs and drives nice. It's already got a transmission cooler as well. What we did under the hood here, we've got a kind of an aftermarket intake there with a oiled filter. Did a lot of work on the wiring under this hood. These engines are not clean by any imagination. The Jeep did these very goofy with the amount of vacuum lines and wires and all that kind of stuff. But we did our best to get rid of Jeep's goofy problems and really rewire and re-chase and relume everything. So like on this side here, we got rid of all the fusible links, did a nice fuse box, did a nice fuse holder for our amplifier and everything else with some nice recoil battery terminals. And then we got rid of all of Jeep's connectors. So what Jeep was doing back then is they weren't making a harness for every vehicle specific. They were making their harnesses modular. And so you had a bunch of connectors in your harness so that they could swap out different parts. And we got rid of all of that stuff, wired it all back together, put it all in one nice loom and made it look real nice. Again, on the other side, on the driver's side as well, just got it all in one nice loom just to clean everything up. And then under the hood here, you can see that S-Pod computer that I was talking about. We've got a new aluminum radiator from Champion in here, a new electric fan, and all that kind of stuff. But again, it runs and drives really good. And that 4-speed automatic, although I'm an AX15 fan, it does great. It shifts buttery smooth, and it's nice just to get into something sometimes, put it into gear, and let it go. So just really nice. Some other things that are really Jeep specific on this, like the transfer case linkage always has problems on these trucks on XJ. So we already did the linkage fix with a little billet linkage arm fix that you guys see online, and try to address all of the problems that these XJs just have naturally. Now this is still a Renix or a Renix. And not a high output Jeep 4.0, but really the high outputs don't make all that much more power over the Renix anyway, so this thing runs and drives so dang well. It really does really good. And then they make some cool things for the Renixes, like a live computer feed that you can put inside your dash, stuff like that. So there are some cool things about it, but tried to keep it very clean under the hood here. So with all that being said, let's plug in our driving impressions now and show you guys how it drives on the street and how it does on the highway and how it does off-road. All right, we are in our 1989 Jeep Comanche crew cab, the Crewmanche, doing our driving impressions. We're on our way out to Red Rock, out to go film at Rocky Gap, probably the best trail in Las Vegas. Yeah, we're cruising in the Crewmanche. It's pretty freaking awesome. And this is just to show you guys kind of what it's like and how it is to be in this thing and cruising around in it. So first of all, let's talk about the power and everything about this thing. So this is a Jeep 4.0 inline 6. This is still a Renix, however you want to pronounce it, fuel injection system, but it runs and drives really, really, really nice. This is the 4-speed automatic transmission. This does have a transmission cooler. That's already been done. If you know Jeeps, you know these automatics, and that's one of those things you got to do. But it runs and drives really well. This 4.0 is very happy and super, super, super smooth. You know, if this was an LS swap Jeep, you know, it'd be a lot faster. But for what it is, it makes really good power. According to the previous owner, the engine was rebuilt, and I believe it because it does really run and drive really, really, really well. It's really quiet in here. I'm not talking very loud for you to hear me on camera. The loudest thing I think about the Jeep has got to be just these tall 35-inch tires, these big old meaty Maxxis mud terrains. I did a poll when we first bought the Jeep if we should replace them with some Milestars. I love the Milestar tires. We put them on all of our giveaway trucks, and they're a lot quieter, but I think people like the look of these really aggressive mud terrains that are on here now. They are super aggressive, but they are very loud and they howl. But besides that, the Jeep is really quiet inside. It's got tons of sound deadening in here, and the sound deadening makes for a lot quieter ride. Very comfortable. These seats are super comfortable. I'm in a really good seating position. We got good pedal feel and everything good there. So really pretty non-dramatic just to get in this thing and just cruise. Brakes are great. It's got Wilwoods up front, and they make for excellent stopping, 4-piston Wilwoods. And then we did our own steering and suspension. So the 4-link in the front, we did all custom with nice Heims and 1-ton steering, and it steers and handles really, really, really nice. It's still a Jeep. it's still a unibody Jeep like this, and so you have some inherent problems with it. Redhead steering box as well, and it steers great. It's really nice. It's a one-handed driver, and very confidence inspiring. It's really good. So we're getting on the highway now, and we'll see how she does at the freeway speeds. Lots of power. I'm climbing a hill now. When I say lots of power, that was for the 80s. Back in the 80s, this truck was considered fast because it had, you know, with the 4.0, it had around 200 horsepower, which back then was a ton of horsepower in a little pickup truck. So, and it'll do 65, 70 all day long, totally easy. There, we just got an overdrive, and yeah, transmission super happy, shift super nice. I'm a big fan of the AX15 5-speed manual transmissions, but this 4-speed auto is pretty dang good. I can't lie, I'm not mad about it at all. Coolant temperature, again, one of the issues with these Jeeps, with these 4.0s, is keeping them cool, keeping air bubbles out of them. I'm chilling right there, 185 degrees, totally happy on the freeway, no problem whatsoever. Good oil pressure, and chilling now, doing 70 miles an hour at 2,300 RPM. So plenty happy. It's got 410 gears. It's got a Dana44 in the rear, and then still the Dana 30 up front. With the 410 gears on 35-inch tires, it's still plenty happy. The re-gearing really helps. With these trucks, most of the time they're really tall gearing, and so then if you go up like to a 33-inch tire even, they just become unusable on the freeway. This thing with 35s and 410s is plenty happy. It does really good. We're gonna cruise on over now to back over to Red Rock. We'll keep talking as we get on the trail, and that's really where this truck is gonna shine for sure, is on the trail. Two things I forgot to mention about how this thing drives on the street. Number one, no death wobble. So you're good to go. We were just doing 70, 75 miles an hour, no death wobble, totally happy. And then number two, this AC blowing ice cold always. Being in Las Vegas, gotta have air conditioning, and it is blowing super nice. So it's great. But now we're going out to the trail. We'll be there soon. Okay, we are off-roading. We're up here at Rocky Gap, one of my favorite trails in Las Vegas. It's a great trail. You know, it's a good little four-wheel drive trail at the beginning, and then pretty bad Jeep trail up top. So this thing is just mobbing through it. We did this earlier in the year with our K30, and it was really slow going. And we're just gonna climb through this like nobody's business. So we did custom 4-link again on this truck, and it's got Bilstein shocks, Old Man Emu 4-inch springs with some 2-inch pucks, and then it's got the axle over in the rear with the stock Comanche leaf springs, and then some longer shackles, and it does just great. Even with the extra added weight, a couple 100 pounds from that tent and rack, it's still perfectly happy. If we didn't have any weight on there, this would be just like almost driving a side-by-side over this stuff. It really does ride really, really, really good. Proud of the 4-link, because you know, it wasn't like we just went out and bought some kit, we did it ourselves, and it's handling really, really nice. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, we're gonna get up here quite a ways. This would be a lot of fun. You know, the back seat, like we said before, is pretty little. So, you know, but if you've got a family with young kids, this would be an awesome, you know, 4-seater off-roader camping truck. Throw some stuff still in the bed. You know, it's just a fun toy. This is not like a work truck. This is a toy, and this is what it's meant to do, and it does it really well. So I'm pretty happy with it. So let's go up there and take our pictures and be done. Okay, so with that being said, it is an absolute cruiser. It is an awesome truck, both on-road and off-road. But one thing we haven't shown you yet is that rooftop tent. So let's go ahead, shut this hood, and go jump up there and show you how cool that is, how easy it is to set up and everything. All right, let's come over here. It's super easy. So first of all, there's a couple ways you can get in the tent. First, we've got a ladder, and these ladders are sweet. They hook on these 2 hooks right here, and then unstrap the baby, and then you have a nice ladder that'll deploy, and you can get in the tent there. But the way I like to get in the tent is over here on the backside. So the reason that we did the tent so far forward on the front of the vehicle was so that you can actually just use your tailgate as a way to get up and into your tent. So you put your tailgate down, hop on up here, and then boom, flip up these latches, and then this guy just deploys just like that. And then you have this little drawstring here, pull that down around, and then just like that, your tent's open and you can hop in. It's really cool, really nice mattress, and spacious enough for 2 people. And just like that, we're in. So it's pretty easy. And then you can unzip the sides here. You can get out of the tent. If you want to use your ladder, you can get out right here, use your ladder, or get out using the tailgate. Super easy. But very cool in here. Really nice tent, very comfortable mattress. Also has some wintertime insulation kits that you can zip in as well and make it even warmer in here for some wintertime camping. You got nice storage up here on the roof. You can put some stuff in there. Another cool thing about this is that it's got some LED lights built in here. So if you have a power bank, it just plugs in via USB, and then you have a little switch right here. And then you got some LED lighting in here. So if you have a couple power banks, you can plug them in or plug them in together. And then you have some LED lighting to kind of give you some lighting at nighttime. And yeah, super easy. I think most people have a power bank and boom, plug it in and then you got some nice lighting. So it's just really nice up in here. And then you still have your truck bed where you can fill with all your camping supplies, but just nice, kind of makes you feel like you're up in a treehouse. Pretty cool. It's just fun to go out and camp and do this kind of stuff. And then you don't have to pack a mattress because the mattress in here, this memory foam mattress, is super nice. You don't have to worry about lighting or storage. You just kind of get up, open it up, and in 2 seconds, you're ready to get into your tent, toss your sleeping bags in here and ready to go to bed. So really nice, easy to set up. And then again, putting it away is easy too. So let's put this thing away and let's go close this video. So then closing it up, super easy as well. You take that drawstring. I like to leave the door open so that as you're closing this, the air can flush itself back out. Take that drawstring, put that back up, and then you got your little grab handle here. As you can go down nice and slow, and make sure you keep all your extras, your extra fat, tucked in there. Tuck it in on the other side. Tuck your handle back in. Squish her down, and then put your clamps back on there. And then these clamps are nice. They have a lock. You can put padlocks on the outside if you don't want people getting in them. And then boom, it's taken down. You can't be any faster than that if you're gonna go camping. Boom, just like that, she's done. So really cool, really fun, and just a fun thing. And again, really easy to remove. 4 bolts takes off this whole back end, and then 2 in the front, and you pull the whole thing off, and you can stash it in your garage if you just want to go off-roading or use it as a pickup and don't want to have to lug around the extra weight. Well, with that, I think this walk around video is over. I think that covers everything that we've done to the truck and everything that makes it unique and special and cool. It is a very, very, very cool Jeep. I love Jeeps. I love every form of pickup truck, and so this is just another cool one. Very special and unique, and we hope you guys like it. So if you like it and you want to have it and you want to win it, you got to go onto our website and buy anything from us between November 29th and December 2nd at midnight. Those 4 days are the only 4 days this giveaway will be open, and then we'll be picking winner a couple weeks later once we've got everyone's orders sent out, and they come pick their truck up before the end of the year. So super exciting. We're stoked about it. We hope you guys love it. And we hope you've liked this video. Make sure you subscribe to us here on YouTube. And if you want to see daily updates on this truck, go over and check us out at Hodson Motors, where we post every single day. But again, really short giveaway. So if you're watching it, don't wait around. Just get in as soon as you can. There will be no bonuses, no double entries, nothing crazy. Just get in during that 4 days and good luck. But thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.